Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is David Brooks, the Cadillac Counselor, coming at you to tell you a little bit what's going on my mind. And I'm going to tell you today, this Zoom fatigue for these children has me feeling very sad. I'm just telling you just what I'm seeing in my four kids that have to do this every single day, Monday through Friday, sometime even Saturday and Sunday. And I'm going to tell you a little bit what's going on in their brains while they're going through this. Just wanted to let you know that I talked to Hats in the Bell Fry. I'm going to do a video about their hats. So be in touch with that one. Be on the lookout. Subscribe, comment, all of the above. You know how we always do it. But you guys are doing phenomenal in pushing these videos. And I just wanted to tell you thank you from the bottom of my heart. So here we go. We need to talk about Zoom fatigue. Is it real? Is it not? I'm going to tell you right now, from looking at the research, looking at what's going on in the brain, this is going to be a problem. And we don't want to allow these belief systems to be installed in our children during this time. And I'm going to tell you how to stop it. But first, before we go to that, I want to define what fatigue is when it comes to Zoom. And they call it Zoom fatigue because that's the popular name. And I'm going to tell you, Zoom is probably making millions and billions of dollars through COVID, because anything that's online, anything that's got to be selling at home, riding bicycles, everything is starting to go up and more expensive. But that's a whole nother video. Let's get into this. Zoom fatigue is the difficulty of concentrating, physical exhaustion, anxiety when you want to get onto the Zoom, irritability, headaches, and eye strain. Eye strain, let me tell you a secret. Blue lenses work wonderful. Blue blockers, you might not like them, but they will help. What I will tell you is recommend never put them in your glasses that you are going to use day to day, because it's just driving is very difficult because the blue lens goes back and forth and the light just shines and it will blind you. But for looking at a computer screen, at 100%, if your children are on it, get your children a pair of blue blockers or some type of blue lens to help prevent some of this fatigue. The second thing is that adults, this is hard for adults too. And I will have a video for you guys too, so that you could know how to deal with socialization, work, impact, just everything that we have to do with Zoom, because a lot of people are working from home right now. But this is the deal. When it comes to fatigue, you have to understand that the problem is that these children brains have not developed enough to have to deal with the stuff that most adults have to live with. You got to understand, children are living adult lives because they're not able to be children anymore. You got to understand, online classes, these kids can't even leave the home because their home, their school, their play is all in one place. Some people, their children are studying in their bedroom, playing in their bedroom, and it's literally 8 to 9 hours every day of not leaving the home. You would go crazy too. Don't be mad at your children because they don't want to get on the Zoom. It could be a real case of exhaustion, and this is found a lot in remote learning. The main thing that we want to look at is protect your children's screen time. Do not let them jump straight from a Zoom in school, go right to a tablet or a cell phone. The instant gratification in the brain is firing, firing, firing. We don't want to create addictive behaviors within our children over this 1 year, because you have to understand, your children became a whole year older during this. The next thing is that we want to look at children need to talk. I get it. We're tired. I know parents, I know my kids ask question after question after question. And at first I was like, man, why do these kids ask so many questions? I found out why. Girls, they need to talk 10,000 words a day. Boys, 4,000 to 6,000 words a day. What are these boys doing when they're not talking? They're playing, tearing up things. I'm going to tell you, my house over this year, I'm going to need a contractor just to put my house back together. I don't know about you. But this is the next thing. These kids aren't getting that many breaks. They're doing, I know my kids, they're doing homework because my wife is done by the end of the day. So when I get home, I'm picking up all of the stuff that my wife didn't do. And I'm telling you, I go straight from work, straight to homework. I'm tired also. So by the end of the day, they're exhausted, I'm exhausted, and it becomes a fight. I don't know about you guys, but I know it happens in my house. The next thing is we have to monitor these children. These children have Google, they're on these computers, they're on these tablets. If you walk away, especially these elementary children, middle school, they are able to get on things that they're not supposed to be looking at. Things are popping up, things are being seen, they're clicking on it. Keep monitoring your children so that whatever they're seeing, we know. Kids are getting way too much stimuli. Protect the stimuli. Let them play board games. Let them do things that use their imagination, not all of these lights and everything coming into their world. The thing about virtual learning is that the kids are missing connectiveness. They're not able to connect to their friends. Some of the kids that are in their class are not their friends. They might have a kid older, might have a kid younger that they hang out with at school, but they're not able to connect with them unless they're Zooming outside of school. What is it? They're back again on a screen to look at their friends. Hope. They're losing hope, parents. Do not allow your child to lose hope in the future. This is only a small figment, a small moment in their life. Keep telling them that, but you have to express it in a way that they can hear you and they can learn. Don't talk over them. Don't talk underneath them. Meet that child where they're at. Make sure that your expectations are not too high, because if you put your expectations too high, the child will give up. It's just the way it is. I believe that we will bounce back. If your kid is in school and he's sitting in a desk, sitting in a chair, make sure that you separate that child from his bedroom where he has to lay. Separate it. Put him in the living room, put him in some other type of room if you can, to separate it. One of my kids, I had to put him on a yoga ball. He was moving too much. Teacher, tell him to stop bouncing. How about this? How about this kid's been sitting in the house for over a year doing homework? You get over yourself. This kid's trying, let him bounce, turn the screen off, and let him bounce so he can learn. Because I'm going to tell you, a lot of these kids aren't really learning a lot. Well, you know why? Because they don't have a schedule. Yeah, these teachers were popping on this and that, but the schedule, if it ain't for the parent, and I'm going to tell you, some of these parents had to work. So these kids didn't have any function. I know a parent who literally put cameras in their house, locked the door, and went to work and watched their kid over camera. We got to get something better. We got to do something. Kids aren't safe. We have to protect them. It's our job. And the last thing that I want to say about Zoom virtual learning is food. We got to keep kids balanced foods. That's why they need to be back in school, so they can at least get some balanced meals going. The kids are eating way too much sugar all day, drinking a bunch of juices, crackers, chips, just carbs, just everything. And they're not really out, especially in the wintertime. They're not able to move around. Guys, children are struggling with fatigue. The last thing I want to say, it's okay for children not to be okay. Point blank. It's the Cadillac Counselor, David Brooks. Take it easy.